Most people searching for a home in Greater Victoria never even open a listing in Sidney because they assume anything outside the core or the West Shore is simply not worth their time. That assumption is costing a lot of buyers a generally better fit for their lifestyle. Hi, I'm Thomas Calla, a top residential realtor here in Victoria, BC, and team lead of Pinnacle Homes Group. We've helped over 800 families buy and sell across Greater Victoria, and today we're talking about one of the most frustrating problems buyers face when researching the region overlooking Sidney and the Saanich Peninsula entirely because they assume anything outside the core or the West Shore is not worth seriously considering. And if you have not looked yet seriously at Sidney or the broader Saanich Peninsula, this is something you need to understand before it costs you time and money. Now, Sidney is its own incorporated municipality, separated from the Saanich despite sitting on the Saanich Peninsula, and has quietly become one of the most appealing alternatives in the entire region for buyers wanting a small town atmosphere without sacrificing access to amenities or the broader Victoria area. So let's talk about what makes Sidney distinct. The town has a walkable, charming main street along Beacon Ave with independent shops, cafes, and restaurants that give it a community feel rather than a generic suburban commercial strip. The Sidney waterfront includes a marina, a pier, popular for fishing, crabbing, and walking, and direct access to ferry connections for those wanting to explore the southern Gulf Islands. Sidney has also built a reputation around bookstores, specifically with multiple independent bookstores, giving the town a distinct literary small town personality. Now, proximity to the Victoria International Airport, BC Ferry Swartz Bay Terminal is a major practical advantage for Sidney, specifically appealing enormously to buyers who travel frequently, whether for work or personal reasons, since you can be checking in for a flight or boarding a ferry within minutes rather than dealing with a longer drive from the core or the West Shore. So let's talk numbers. Detached homes in Sidney commonly range from the high $800K range up to about 1.5 up to $2 and $3 million. Depending on lot size, age, and updates, generally offering relative value compared to the core Victoria pricing while still providing a walkable, amenity-rich small town environment. You're saving a few $100,000 living in Sidney than Victoria. Condos and townhomes in Sidney, popular with retirees and those that are wanting a lock up and leave lifestyle, often start in the high 5 to 600K range for a condo and 7 to 900K for a townhouse. Now let's talk about the broader Saanich Peninsula beyond Sidney itself, because this area includes Brentwood Bay and North Saanich, each with their own distinct character worth exploring. Brentwood Bay offers a quieter, more rural feeling atmosphere with larger lots in many areas, ocean proximity through Brentwood Bay itself, and access to Butchart Gardens, one of the most significant tourist attractions in the entire region, which residents get to enjoy as a neighborhood amenity rather than a tourist destination. Detached homes in Brentwood Bay commonly range broadly depending on lot size and often offering larger acreages compared to the more developed areas closer to the core. North Saanich offers the most rural, spacious feel of the peninsula. Communities with larger properties, ALR land, and use of certain populates with a sense of privacy and space that is increasingly difficult to find elsewhere in the region without driving significantly further out. This comes with the trade-off of a longer commute towards the core, generally 30 to 45 minutes depending on traffic and exact location. Though for buyers prioritizing space and privacy over commute time, the trade-off definitely makes sense. But let's talk about who generally suits the Saanich Peninsula best. Retirees consistently gravitate here given the slower pace, walkable amenities in Sidney specifically, and proximity to the airport ferries for travel. And families wanting more space and a stronger sense of small town community while still being within a reasonable distance if longer commute to the core still works, and also finding really good value here. Buyers specifically prioritizing travel convenience, whether it's for frequent business, travel, personal trips, find the airport and ferry proximity generally life-changing compared to dealing with a longer drive from elsewhere in the region like the West Shore, which is 45 to 60 minutes long. Here is something worth understanding about the broader lifestyle here. ALL land and farm stands are generally part of the daily lifestyle of Saanich Peninsula, but the Saanich Peninsula's farming heritage is still very much active. You can drive down the road and pick up eggs or flowers for your family for dinner. Buyers who value access to the local food farm stands and in connection to where their food comes from find this aspect of the peninsula living really appealing in a way that is harder to replicate in the more developed core or West Shore areas. We also talk about buyers about the commute. reality is honestly, since it's the primary trade-off for choosing the peninsula over more certain locations, if your work requires daily presence downtown or a specific West Shore location, the peninsula commute needs to be tested realistically before committing to living here. Those with flexible or remote working arrangements, this trade-off becomes far less significant. So if you're thinking about moving to Sidney, North Saanich, Brentwood Bay, or anywhere in Greater Victoria, click the link below and book a call with our team. We'll help you understand realistic pricing, identify the neighborhoods that fit your lifestyle, and create a plan that makes your move as smooth as possible. And before you go, let me know in the comments, which would you rather live in, Sidney, Brentwood Bay, or North Saanich? I'm curious which one of you would you choose and why? My name is Thomas Calla with Pinnacle Homes, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.